Okay, till now, only tell me the name of the topics, what all we have covered. First,
marginalized. Someone, can I say?
Yeah, Sisha. Tell me, whoever, it may be anyone.
First, inclusive education, inclusive classrooms, then inclusive education system, then marginalization, causes of marginalization, reasons responsible for marginalization, and why it is deprived of. Then most vulnerable marginalized group in the society. Then inclusion, social inclusion, inclusion in education, full inclusion, inclusive education, elements necessary for creating an inclusion society, and a good inclusive society, why it is, how it is done. Then steps for promoting social inclusion, segregation, and some merits and demerits of segregation, role of resources, and teachers and special education teachers, integrated education, in that we have 4 types: physical integration, social, academic, societal. Then integration means types of integrations. That means approaches: resource approach, intuitive approach, cluster approach. Then merits, limitations, role of a class teacher in that integration. That's it, ma'am.
Okay. Now the main thing is, what is inclusive education, what is social inclusion, what is full inclusion, what is inclusive education, what is inclusive society, what is marginalization, causes, okay, then which groups are vulnerable to marginalization, okay, then again we have started with this segregation, okay, what is types of what is that, what are the segregated, what is segregated education, what is a segregated society, then what is integrated education, what are the types of integration, then types of integration approach. So I said resource, iterate, and cluster, what are the merits and demerits of integration, then what is the role of class teacher in the integrated, during integration, in integrated schools, I said, okay, all these things. From where I am getting the sound, Baba? Please mute your mics, all of you. I think Bhagya, mute your. Bhagya, please mute your mic. Okay, fine. Now, Bhagya, what happened to this lady? Okay, fine.
You have a right, ma'am. You can click on her name and you can mute her also.
Wait.
Arrow mark is there. You can click on that arrow mark and you can mute.
Okay, I got it. Okay, fine. Now I was talking all these topics which we have covered all these days, we have discussed just now. Now, inclusion. See, when it comes to the inclusion, the term inclusion, we are directed to the verbal to include, which is defined as, what do you mean by include? To be a part of it, okay, to make it a part, to have a part of it, contained in addition to the other parts, okay. See, when I say that even include this thing, include means when already something is there, you are going to include the other part. So that is called as inclusion. See, when you say, in case if your is an empty box is there. When an empty box is there, when you put something in the particular box, okay, you have added something. For example, now in an empty box you have added some 5 to 6 packets of biscuits or whatever it may be. Okay, biscuit packets you have kept. So what is that? This is the first time you are putting something in the box. Okay, so the next time, now I'll give you a cover having different sweets, I suppose. Okay, I'll give you the one more cover having sweets. Now when I say the second time, when I want to add something in that particular box, so I will say put this also or include this also. So when I'm putting something for the first time in the box, I will not say include. When I'm putting for the second time, I'll say include. So the word include means when something is already there, when we are adding some other thing, then that is called as include. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Include in the sense when something is already there, when you want to put some other thing, that some other thing is nothing but that is included in the first part. Okay, so that is what. So inclusion is nothing but to have as a part, to contain in addition to the other parts, or to put in with something or someone else, take in or consider a part of a group. So this is generally here when we are inclusion is meant for the children with special needs or differently abled children, okay, or the children with disabilities, to include them with the normal children. This is called inclusion. Inclusion is nothing but you are going to include children with disabilities, okay, disabilities of even whether it may be a mild, moderate or severe, whatever may be the peak of disability, okay, whatever may be the level of disability, you are going to include, whether mental retard or whatever it may be, whatever may be the kind of disability the child possesses, okay, the students have or the child has, irrespective of the caste, creed, nation, socio-economic condition, okay, whatever may be the thing, you are going to include them with the normal children. This is called as inclusion. So we have marginalization, we have segregation. Here, see, all these, what all we are discussing, inclusion is nothing but joining or including children with disabilities along with the normal children. This is a simple definition. Okay. Now here, inclusion means full inclusion of children with diverse disabilities. Diverse abilities means with different disabilities, okay, in both giftedness and disability, in all aspects of schooling that other children are able to access and enjoy. It involves regular schools and classrooms, genuinely adapting and changing to the needs of all children as well as celebrity. See, when I say that inclusion means see, when I am taking the normal children into consideration, at the same time I have to consider even the children with disabilities, different disabilities. And inclusive schools, it is the duty of the inclusive schools to take necessary steps according to the needs of the disabled children. Just I said, dumping the disabled children along with the normal children will not be the definition of the inclusive school. Inclusive school is nothing but we have to change, we have to make the students adapt to the facilities in such a way that even the children with diverse abilities, different abilities or diverse abilities. What do you mean by diverse? Diverse is nothing but different. I said na, students will be mild, students will be below average, students will be average, students will be above average. In the same manner, some students will be highly intelligent, okay. Then some students will have different disabilities. It may be mild, it may be moderate, or it may be severe. So all such students will be a part of one classroom and will be taught by a normal teacher and the teacher will have the complete idea to teach all students, normal students with mild intelligence, moderate, below average and above average, and even disability, even children with disabilities are there. Even the teacher will have an idea how to tackle such students. That is called as inclusion. A general teacher cannot teach the disabled children with disabilities without having any training or without having any idea how regarding the techniques and the strategies that are used to teach such students. But no separate classroom will be there, no special class will be there, no special rooms will be arranged. They have to be a part and parcel of the regular classroom, and the teacher has to look into the needs of all students with, in the normal students, among the normal students, children with below average students, moderate and above average students, and when it comes to the children with disabilities, mild, moderate and severe, everyone will be a part of. Even sometimes you have children with high IQ, even that such students will also be a part of the classroom, and all such students will be handled by a single teacher who knows how to deal with different types of students with their disabilities and students without disabilities, and students with high IQ. That is the inclusion. Any doubts you have?
No, ma'am.
See, schools most frequently use the inclusive model for selected students with mild to moderate special needs. Fully inclusive schools, which are rare, do not separate general education and special education programs. Instead, the school is restructured so that all students learn together. See what happens. Now, in the beginning, I said inclusive schools. In the beginning, I said, in the starting of the unit, I said, what is inclusive? Inclusive is nothing but making the normal students, giving education to normal students along with the children with disabilities. So it may be mild or it may be severe depending upon this. It's not compulsory that in inclusive schools a separate the strategies or techniques has to be used by the teacher. They will be a part and parcel of the normal classroom. But when I say that full inclusion ante, here there will be no special teacher, there will be no special class, there will be no special room, there will be no resource teacher or resource room. And general education will be given to the students along with the normal students. Children with disabilities will be given general education along with the normal students. But what happens? Instead of appointing a resource teacher or a special teacher or a special class, here, so instead of doing all those things, fully inclusive school is a school where the school itself is restructured so that students learn together. అర్థమైందా?
ఓకే మ్యామ్. ఓకే.
ఫుల్ ఇంక్లూజన్ స్కూల్ అంటే ఏంటంటే ఒక సెపరేట్ టీచర్ ఉండదు, దెన్ యూ విల్ నాట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ రిసోర్స్ రూమ్, యూ విల్ నాట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ రిసోర్స్ టీచర్, యూ విల్ నాట్ హ్యావ్ ఆల్ ద డిఫరెంట్ క్లాస్ రూమ్స్ ఉండదు, ఏం ఉండదు. దే విల్ బి అ పార్ట్ అండ్ పార్సల్ ఆఫ్ ద నార్మల్ క్లాస్ రూమ్. బట్ హియర్ one thing is that, the most important thing is that the school itself will be restructured in such a way that it meets the needs of both normal children and children with disabilities. And let me tell you, the teacher who is teaching such classroom where both the kinds of children will be there, normal children and children with disabilities, will have complete training how to teach such students. That is full inclusion school. What it?
Yes, ma'am, understood.
See, this is what actually what happens. I keep on repeating the same thing because they have given the same definitions and all. They have given n number of definitions, but whichever is easy for you to make it out, only those definitions I am repeating. See, one thing, inclusive education means that all students attend and are welcomed by their neighborhood schools in age appropriate regular classes and are supported to learn, contribute and participate in all aspects of life of the school. I said now, so inclusive schools, inclusive education and inclusive schools are the schools where students of all different belonging to different castes, creed and with different disabilities will be a part of the school atmosphere, and they will be given education along with the normal children according to age appropriate. See, a child depending upon the age will be given the class. So you cannot expect the 5 years boy or a girl will be allowed to sit in first standard. He will not, the 5 years boy will not be allowed to sit in the third or so. According age appropriate classes, he will be made to sit. So inclusive education or inclusive school is a school where all kinds of children according to their age will be made to sit in the normal classroom. So there will be no general education will be given to them. But in case of here the main important point is that in inclusive education, there will be no resource teacher, there will be no special teacher, there will be no special class. General education will be given to the students, where two kinds of students will be there, normal students and students with disabilities. But the only thing is that the teacher will have complete idea to teach such students. This is the main important. Okay, here. Inclusive education, Mr. Rashmi Agrawal and BBLN Rao. So, you can't remember the names of the persons, those who have given the definition regarding this inclusive education. All learners, young people with or without disabilities, being able to learn together in ordinary preschool provisions, schools and community educational setting with appropriate network of support services. It is believed that if a child is not able to learn, it is not due to the disability of the child but due to the system. It is the responsibility of the school to manage teaching in such a way that needs of the children are met. Let me tell you, when it comes to this, generally what happens that when disabled children will be a part of the normal classroom, okay, when disabled children are made to sit along with the normal children, okay, under the mainstream, what happens is that the teacher feels that she is not accountable if the child with disability is not doing well. Did you get my point, what I mean to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Ante, see, normal children, in case if he or she doesn't study well, what happens? The parents, they go and complain. And even the teacher, she feels that she is accountable regarding the performance of the children who are normal. She is not only accountable to the parents, but also she is accountable to management. Okay. The teacher is accountable to parents as well as to the management. If a normal child with complete, he is not disabled. Okay, if he or she is not disabled, then the teacher feels that the child and she is accountable to the parent and as well as the management in case of a normal child. Okay. Now, here, in case if the child is having some disability, generally teachers, they take it as an advantage. And they feel that they are not accountable to the parents of the disabled child or to the management because the child is having disability. And even, do you know, in case if the child is having any disability, generally the parents, they don't come and ask regarding the performance of their child because they have the feeling that their child is having some disability, and they will not ask the teacher why my son is not doing well, why my daughter is not doing well, and even they will not ask for regarding this performance to the management. Okay, and this is so here, according to Mr. Rashmi Agrawal, when normal children along with the disabled children are made to sit in one class and when they are taught by the normal teacher under the same room with the general education given to both their types of students, if the performance of the disabled children is not up to the mark, then it is not it is not the mistake or it is not the responsibility of the children with disability, but it is the disability or it is the responsibility of the school to manage teaching in such a way that the needs of the children with disabilities are met.
Okay.
Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
అంటే ఇది ఏదైనా డిసబిలిటీ ఉంటే పేరెంట్స్ వచ్చి అడగను కూడా అడగరు. ఎందుకంటే వాళ్ళకి ఏం ఫీలింగ్ అంటే అరే మై సన్ ఈస్ నాట్ కంప్లీట్లీ ఫిట్. Okay, he has disability. So they don't even come to the school to ask regarding the performance. They may ask the performance, but they will not question the teachers or they will not question the management. So generally what happens, even the teachers and the management, they take it as what is that positive, and they feel that they are not accountable to the parents having disabled children. But this is not the case. According to Mr. Rashmi Agrawal, what is she saying? In case if the disabled child is not performing well in academics, then it is not the responsibility of the parents or it is not the fault of the child. It is the responsibility of the teacher and the school to manage teaching in such a way that it meets the needs of the disabled children.
Yes, ma'am. Understood, ma'am.
ఓకే, అంటే ఇప్పుడు అది ఎవరైనా ఇప్పుడు మనలో ఏదైనా ఒక డ్రాబ్యాక్ ఉందంటే మనం ఆ డ్రాబ్యాక్ ని దృష్టిలో పెట్టుకొని వి నెవర్ ఆస్క్ క్వశ్చన్స్ బికాస్ సమ్వే వి హ్యావ్ ద గిల్ట్ దట్ వి హ్యావ్ ద డ్రాబ్యాక్. సో ఇన్ ద సేమ్ మేనర్ చిల్డ్రన్ పేరెంట్స్ విత్ disabled children, what happens, they never dare to ask a question to the teachers or to the management. Okay, according to them that according to the parents of the disabled children, they feel that the school is doing them a favor, the teachers are doing them a favor by making their children to sit along with the normal children. కానీ ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే according to this definition, if the disabled child is not performing well in academics, if the disabled child is not up to the mark, then it is not the responsibility of the child. It is the responsibility of the teacher and the school to meet the needs of the disabled children. This is the inclusive education. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Everything
Okay,
is
ma'am.
same, ma'am. Maybe. So I request. Yeah, everything is same, inclusive only. So can you go for rational for inclusion?
What do you mean by rational?
Rational, different.
See here actually I said na inclusive education is nothing but what happens when you are a part of the inclusive education. When you are a part of an inclusive education, what does actually the atmosphere itself will be quite different. Now you people will not face such situation. Here generally what happens is that making the students, the normal students, to sit along with the disabled children, we have to teach the students that people are equally valued members of this. Generally children with disabilities or people with disability will not be treated equally. So that should not be done. For that purpose inclusive education has come into force. So children with disability should not be neglected by the society. So it is the duty of the school, it is the duty of the teacher to make the students understand that even the other students with disability have equal rights. They have to be given equal respect like the normal students. We have to create an atmosphere in the school in such a way that the disabled children will get equal facilities, equal opportunities and equal respect like the normal children. Okay, so even what happens is that when we make the normal children to sit along with the disabled children, the feeling, they come to know the normal children will come to know the difficulties faced by the disabled children and empathy they come to know and they do try to solve them. And therefore now by doing so the disabled children will actually will have a feeling that okay, even that my disability is not a problem. So making the disabled children to sit along with the normal children will boost the confidence of the disabled children. Okay, help students to work in various settings and see when disabled children are given equal opportunity, equal facilities, so what happens is that even the normal children will not have any hurdle to accept them the way they are. So if disabled children are not made to sit along with the normal children, then the feeling among the normal children is that these are disabled, these people cannot be a part of our class, these people cannot be a part of the activities that are taking place. So what happens, the feeling of isolation, the feeling of segregation will be there. So for that purpose inclusive education has come into force. Okay. Now, what is the concept of inclusive education? Same thing. See, the concept of inclusive education is nothing but you have to accept, you have to, what is that? Normal children should accept accept that there are different people having different IQ level, different thinking, and there are students having different disabilities. So every child is unique. Every child has got the equal. Every child has got the hidden talent. Okay, so proper exposure should be given. So you have to accept. So social inclusion, see, it is nothing but students with disabilities use the school. See, here what happens is that here there would be no segregation. The opportunities, the facilities that are given to the normal students should be given to the disabled children. So in whatever the way, now how normal students are making use of the library, how normal students are using the playground and participate alongside with their, what is that, in all other activities. So here the concept of inclusive education is making the normal children, okay, making the disabled children be a part of all the activities that are taking place in the school. Whether it is in the library, whether it is in the playground, whether it is a extracurricular or co-curricular, they have to be a part and parcel of all the activities that are taking place in the school. And let me tell you, it is the duty of the teacher, okay, to teach all children to understand and accept human differences and provide all students enhanced opportunities to learn each other's contribution. Okay, friendship between students with and without disabilities becomes a possibility in a school that accepts inclusive students. Understood? See, what happens is that only in case if the management tries its best to give education to disabled children along with the normal children, that will not be successful. Even the normal children should understand, try to accept the children with different disabilities, okay, and then only a school, the inclusive school will be successful. See, the management has to support the disabled children, the parents have to support their children, okay, the teachers have to support, and let me tell you, even the students, the normal students play a vital role, because most of the time the disabled children will be in the classroom. In case in the class, if the students having no disability, if they understand the human difference and if they try to accept it, then it becomes very easy for children with disabilities to adapt the class atmosphere. I am telling you, adapt, ADAPT, adapt the class atmosphere. Okay. I said now inclusion is nothing but we cannot dump them. We cannot dump them. See, it's of no use. A trained teacher should be there and everything. Okay, that is about the concept of inclusive education. The same thing what I have repeated all these days. What is this rational? What do you mean by rational?
Logical, ma'am.
Yeah, why? You should to accept certain things. You should have some reasons. You should have some logic. From logic, okay. See, every child is unique. Every child has got the talent. Okay, so that is the first thing. Okay, why actually? What is this? Why this inclusion has come into force? Why this inclusion has been a part of the society? What are the reasons? See, the main reason is that every child plays an important role in the world. Will be whether great or small. See, now perfection of the world lies in the development of each and every individual to his or maximum. See, generally what happens? You people are everywhere now. Now in a class, now you people have strength of 100 students. Okay, now at present we have some 25 to 30 students. Let me tell you, even though you people do not have any disabilities, but let me tell you, every child is unique. And every child, whatever the potential, now Sangamitra has, It's not necessary that Shravani will have the same potential, and whatever the talent Lavanya is having, it's not necessary that the other Sirisha or Siva Jyoti or whoever it may be. So every child is unique. Every child has got the potential. It may be some less or it may be more. See, and whatever the potential you have got in one area, it's not compulsory that the other child will have the same potential in the other area. See, the other child may have the different area. She or she may have the potential in different field. Okay, so every child is unique. Every child has got the talent, whether irrespective of whether the child is normal or the child is disabled. So why this? What is the reason why this inclusion has come into act? We don't all possess the same talent or the same degree of talents. We are not intended to duplicate whatever the talent I have, you may not have the same talent. And let me tell you, Nitish is very good at organizing programs and all. He has the talent. Okay, now Sirisha has she has a talent of anchoring or comparing it. Okay, now you people, like a few more students were there, I don't know who were there, Bhavani was there, Shamini was there, and few students really you have taken, you were actively, taken part in all, participation was there, active participation was there. See, what happens is that, now, whatever the talent you have, even the other students, they may have the same talent. But what happens, in case if Sirisha is very good, some other student may not be that good. But okay, little bit less or more to Sirisha. Okay, so what happens here, what I want to make it clear, that every student, every child is talented. Every child is unique. Every child has got one or the other talent, but it may vary. Some are very good, some are average. Okay. Now, and what happens is that you cannot imitate me and I cannot imitate you. See, whatever the talent Sirisha has got, I cannot imitate her talent. And whatever the talent I have got, you people cannot imitate. Everyone has its own unique talent. This is what I want to say. We cannot intend to duplicate what everyone does. Each of us have our own task to complete our potential. Not to be only by working together as team, okay, assisting everyone to maximize their abilities, we bring completion to the world. All children are capable of receiving education according to their capabilities. See, let me tell you, you cannot run a show on your own. You cannot run the show on your own. See, the other day you had tribute to SPB was there. Okay, let me tell you, even though the initiative was taken by Nitish, but let me tell you, Nitish alone cannot run the show on his own. Isn't it? He was in need of help from his friends. Isn't it? Few students you have participated. So it was very successful. I came to know that it was very good. At the end of the day, the function went on, the program was excellent. See, in the same manner, this is a world. Here, everyone has got the talent, less or more. So what we are supposed to do, we have to motivate, we have to encourage each others to enhance their abilities, to enhance their capacities, so that when all people work together, then we will have a very good completion of the world. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you understand?
Just like a teamwork.
Yeah, it's a teamwork. I said now, when you are thinking of a team, let me tell you, just మీరు ఏంటంటే ఒకసారి మీ టీం అంటే ఆలోచించండి అమ్మా. ఒక టీం మనం you might be watching cricket match. One will be a good bowler, one will be a good batsman, one will be a good fielder. You might have noticed that if a batsman hits 6, the other person goes and pats him. Yeah, you have done it good. This, that. See, what happens is that everyone is unique. A batsman cannot be a bowler cannot be a batsman, a wicket keeper cannot be a bowler. See, everyone, but at the end of the day, everyone has to encourage, everyone has to boost the confidence, and they have to win the match. In the same manner, this is a society. We have people with different capacities, we have people with different abilities. What we are supposed to do? we have to work, collectively we have to work, we have to encourage to increase their capacities, to increase their abilities, so that it will be then, so that the world will be complete. World, it's not world, WORLD, world will be complete. Means in the world you have different kinds of people having different capacities and abilities. Only if we work together, then we can complete the task. This is what is the inclusion. Understood? అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే, ఇప్పుడు వరల్డ్ జనరల్లీ వాట్ హ్యాపన్స్ నా ఇన్ ద వరల్డ్ డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ విల్ బి దేర్. సో మనం ఏంటంటే ఈ వాళ్ళని డిసేబుల్డ్ చిల్డ్రన్, ఇన్ కేస్ ఇఫ్ వి లీవ్ దెమ్, ఇఫ్ వి సెగ్రిగేట్ దెమ్, వాట్ హ్యాపన్స్ ఇస్ దట్ స్టిల్ వాట్ హ్యాపన్స్ మెనీ డ్రాప్ అవుట్స్ విల్ బి దేర్, literacy rate goes down, illiteracy rate goes up. So then what happens when it comes to this, then when it comes to the development of the country, we will be lagging behind. I said now every person has a role to play in the world. Some play a very big role and some play a very small role, but everyone has their own part. So what happens, why this inclusion has come, what is the reason? In order to have a complete world, okay, we have to have the development of our country. What happens, we have taken inclusive education. Why inclusive education has come into existence? So that the developing country will be a developed country when the literacy rate goes up. When the literacy rates goes up and the illiteracy rate goes down, what happens is that when we encourage even children with different disabilities,
all children are capable of receiving education according to their talents, according to their abilities. Is it capabilities?
Yes. The same thing I said. Bhagya is having the talent. Everyone has a talent. You people have every right to receive education. And why inclusion has come? Inclusion means this is purely meant for children with disabilities. So even the disabled children have have the talent. Even they have the capacity. So everyone has the capacity and everyone has the right to receive education. So this is the rationale for inclusion.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. What do you mean by challenges? What do you mean by challenges?
Hurdles, ma'am.
Yeah, generally what happens is that, now you tell me, is it that easy to have inclusive education?
No, ma'am.
Why?
Ma'am, when all are together, we cannot give education equally for everyone, ma'am. Then there can be issues regarding that, ma'am.
Yes, like if a school
The biggest
serves for only
challenge,
blind people, then it will be good, ma'am, because one disability means okay. Apart from one means it will be like a challenge only.
yes,
No. See what happens, whether one or two, it makes no difference, na? When one or
Meeting the task to understand what teacher is saying is also a challenge for the disabled child. And if we consider this inclusive education, the teacher is responsible for all the things, no, management and the teacher. So for giving proper education to the inclusive child is also a task for the teacher and the management to do it perfectly or up to the mark.
what according to you should be, what sort of facility should be given? What are the challenges? What do you mean by challenges? Challenges are nothing but the hurdles. When you are going for the inclusive education, what are the challenges? Generally what happens is that, I said inclusiveness is not just dumping the disabled children along with the normal children. Then you are not doing justice. You are just making them to sit beside the normal children. If you do not take proper care about the students' needs, then it is not inclusive education. Just you are giving the feeling. See, equal importance should be given, equal facilities should be given, equal scope should be given, so that they become independent. The feeling of disability completely goes away from them. So in order to give, that is actually the main concept of inclusive education, or the rationale of the inclusive education. So the disabled children should not have the feeling of disability. They should not feel that they have the disability in them. For that purpose, they are being segregated. So they should feel that they are also a part of the society. They are also the part of the classroom. So what are the challenges? Generally, what happens is that here, what are the hurdles? Generally, it so happens that when it comes to the schools, disabled children generally they are neglected. So why are they neglected? Because what happens when I say that inclusive, there will be no special teacher, there will be no special class, there will be no resource teacher, there will be no resource room. What happens? The teachers will not. First hurdle is that the teacher will not have any idea regarding how to teach the disabled children. Okay, and the teacher might lack of special teachers, who have taken training to teach such students. So you will find teachers who have taken training to teach only normal students, but you might not find teachers who have taken training both to teach normal students as well as teach the children with disabilities. A training will be there. I said in service training, 42 days training will be there. Okay. Otherwise, you have to find a teacher who has taken special training. Okay. So that comes under the BEd for you have taken training for special training in special education. Okay. You don't find, because you find those are very rare. The scarcity of teachers will be there. So first hurdle is that the teacher should be well versed with all the techniques and the strategies that are needed to teach the disabled children. That is the first challenge. Okay. The second challenge is that the facilities and all the opportunities and the scope for the children should be given by the management and the teachers in the school. The school has to be restructured. And let me tell you, in case if the normal teachers teaches the class in which both type of students are there, then that will not be successful. A teacher who has no training to teach the children with special needs, she cannot teach the class. She cannot take the class. Inclusive class she cannot take. Only the teacher who has taken training to teach normal students as well as children with special needs, she only can run the class. What type of class? Inclusive class.
Yes, ma'am.
అది పెద్ద టాస్క్ ఏంటంటే వాళ్ళకి నీడ్స్ ఇవ్వాలి, ఫెసిలిటీస్ ఇవ్వాల్సి వస్తుంది. ఇంక్లూజివ్ లో సెగ్రిగేషన్ ఉండదు. ఎంత సివియారిటీ ఉన్నా దే హ్యావ్ టు బి పార్ట్ అండ్ పార్సల్ ఆఫ్ ద క్లాస్ రూమ్. ద స్కూల్ హ్యాస్ టు బి రీస్ట్రక్చర్డ్ ఇన్ సచ్ ఎ వే దట్ ఫుల్ ఇంక్లూజన్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఎంత సివియారిటీ ఉన్నా ఏది ఉన్నా వాళ్ళని స్కూల్లో దే హ్యావ్ టు బి పార్ట్ అండ్ పార్సల్ ఆఫ్ ద స్కూల్, అండ్ ద స్కూల్ హ్యాస్ టు manage in such a way that it has to meet the needs of each and every child. Education should be given according to the needs of the child. Facilities have to be provided, and the school has to be restructured in such a way that not only the normal children enjoys their school life, but also children with disabilities enjoy in the same manner as normal children. అర్థమైందా?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
చెప్పండి అమ్మా, చెప్పు లావణ్య.
Yes, ma'am. In this inclusive class, what I meant to say is, the teacher has to treat everyone equally. Suppose if the disabled child did not understand what the teacher is saying, so is there any special class for them later? మీరు
లేదు, ఇది దీంట్లో ఉండదు. ఏంటంటే అందుకే ఇక్కడ ట్రైన్డ్ టీచర్ ఉండాలి.
ఓకే,
అంటే ఇప్పుడు నేను ఇంక్లూజివ్ క్లాస్ అనేది ఏంటి, ఇప్పుడు నేను ఇప్పుడు మీ క్లాస్ లో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఎవరు లేరు, కానీ ఎవరైనా ఉన్నారనుకోండి, ఒక 5-6 మెంబర్స్ ఉన్నారు మీ క్లాస్ లో కూడా ఉన్నారు. ఇప్పుడు నేను నార్మల్ గా మీకు చెప్పేటట్లు అది చెప్తాను. సో ఏమవుతుందంటే అది ఇంక్లూజివ్ స్కూల్ అవుతుంది. స్కూల్ ఇంక్లూజివ్ అంటే ఏంటి, వాళ్ళని వీళ్ళని ఒకే దగ్గర కూర్చోబెట్టి చదివించడం ఇంక్లూజివ్ అంటారు. కానీ ఇంక్లూజన్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఇప్పుడు ఫుల్ ఇంక్లూజన్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఇప్పుడు నేను ఏం చెయ్యాలి, ఇఫ్ ఐ సే దట్ దిస్ ఇస్ కంప్లీట్లీ ఇంక్లూజన్ అన్నప్పుడు అంటే మిమ్మల్ని నేను ఎలా చెప్తున్నానో వాళ్ళకి ఎలా చెప్తే అర్థం అవుతుంది అనేది కూడా నాకు ఐడియా ఉండాలి.
But you said there is no special teacher anni chepparu kada.
There is no special teacher. The teacher who is teaching the normal student should have an idea to teach the disabled children. She has to take training. And that is the challenge. I mean to say that is the challenge in inclusion. ఛాలెంజ్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఇక్కడ హర్డల్ ఏంటి, నార్మల్ ట్రైనింగ్ అందరు తీసుకుంటారు కానీ ఈ ట్రైనింగ్ తీసుకోరు. ఈ ట్రైనింగ్ తీసుకున్న వాళ్ళు చాలా తక్కువ. అందుకని మీరు ఇంక్లూజివ్ స్కూల్స్ లో టీచర్స్ హ్యావింగ్ బోత్ ట్రైనింగ్ ఆర్ వెరీ రేర్ అండ్ దట్ ఈస్ ద ఛాలెంజ్.
ఓకే,
Did you get my point? ఇప్పుడు నేను ట్రైనింగ్ తీసుకున్నాను మీలాంటి వాళ్ళని టీచ్ చేయడానికి. ఇన్ కేస్ ఇప్పుడు ఇంక్లూజివ్ స్టూడెంట్స్ ఉన్నారనుకోండి, అంటే ఇప్పుడు డిసబిలిటీస్ ఉన్నవాళ్ళు, ఇప్పుడు నేను వాళ్ళకి ఏంటంటే మీలాగా నేను ఐ కెనాట్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఇప్పుడు మీకు ఎలా చెప్తున్నారో వాళ్ళకి అలా చెప్తే అర్థం కాకపోతే ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ద వాట్ ఈస్ దట్, ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ద ఫాల్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద స్టూడెంట్స్, ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ద ఫాల్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద పేరెంట్స్, ఇట్ ఈస్ ద ఫాల్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద స్కూల్ అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ద ఫాల్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద టీచర్స్ బికాస్ దే ఆర్ అనేబుల్ టు మీట్ ద నీడ్స్ ఆఫ్ ద స్టూడెంట్స్. అది ఇంక్లూజివ్ స్కూల్లో ఏంటంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ ద డ్యూటీ ఆఫ్ ద టీచర్, ఇట్ ఈస్ ద డ్యూటీ ఆఫ్ ద స్కూల్ టు మీట్ ద నీడ్స్ ఆఫ్ ద స్టూడెంట్స్.
ఓకే,
నార్మల్ ఇంక్లూజివ్ స్కూల్స్ లో అవన్నీ ఏముండవు. నార్మల్ ఇంక్లూజివ్ స్కూల్ అంటే వాళ్ళని వీళ్ళని కూర్చోబెట్టి చదివే, అర్థమైందా? ఓకే ఫైన్. కానీ మనము ఫుల్ ఇంక్లూజన్ స్కూల్స్ అన్నప్పుడు ఏంటంటే మీరు నార్మల్ స్టూడెంట్స్ కి ఎలా చెప్తున్నారు, మీకు వాళ్ళకి ఎలా చెప్తే బాగుంటుందని టీచర్ షుడ్ హ్యావ్ అన్ ఐడియా. Only teacher who has taken training to teach both normal students as well as the disabled children, only she can run the class. And that is the challenge because you people hardly there are few teachers who have taken training to teach both type of students, and that is the challenge. Okay, and school has to be restructured to meet the needs of the students. Okay, and even what are the facilities, the opportunities, it has to be inclusive schools anta easy ga kaadu, it's very expensive affair. Any doubts regarding this?
No ma'am.
And let me tell you, it's not that easy to run inclusive schools because perception of the child differs. We have the first and foremost thing ikkada ever ante main normal students play a vital role because the feeling of disability will go away from the disabled child only when the teachers are soft towards the child. Okay, they understand the condition of the child, and also the students, the other normal students, if they have very positive perception towards the children with disabilities, then the classroom atmosphere will be very conducive. వాళ్ళని మనం సెపరేట్ చేసి వాళ్ళనే వేరే విధంగా మనం ట్రీట్ చేసామంటే అది మీరు ఇంక్లూజివ్ కాదు. ఆ ఇంక్లూజివ్ లోనే అది సెగ్రిగేషన్ అయిపోతుంది లేదా మార్జినలైజేషన్ అయిపోతుంది. అండర్స్టూడ్? ఇట్ ఆల్ డిపెండ్స్. ఇట్స్ నాట్ దట్ ఈజీ. లెట్ మీ టెల్ యూ, వీళ్ళు గవర్నమెంట్ ఇన్ని స్కీమ్స్ ట్రై చేసినా ఎంత ఇది చేసినా క్లాస్ రూమ్ లో వీళ్ళని కూర్చోబెట్టి చదివించినప్పుడు generally the losers will be children with disabilities because the teacher will not have that much of patience, the teacher will not have that much of concern towards children with disabilities. Do you accept? Yes or no?
Yes ma'am.
yes.
చెప్పడం
One of the other point they will face ma'am.
అదే ఇప్పుడు నేను చెప్తున్నా, అంత ఒక్కరోజు అంటే అవునా నాన్న అవునా హౌ ఆర్ యూ బెటా దిస్ దట్, సెకండ్ డే ఓకే, థర్డ్ డే కంప్లీట్లీ వెదర్ హీస్ దేర్ ఆర్ నాట్ ఇన్ ద క్లాస్ ద టీచర్. ఎందుకంటే ఇట్స్ నాట్ దట్ ఈజీ. We have the teacher has got her own responsibility, she has a portion, she has to look after the other things. So intentionally కాదు, unintentionally she will not be able to pay attention towards the child. సో ఆ ఫీలింగ్ ఏమవుతుందంటే నన్ను చూడటం లేదు, ఐఎమ్ బీయింగ్ సెగ్రిగేటెడ్. The teacher will not give importance to such children. So definitely she brings a feeling among the normal children. Okay, this child is completely different అని ఆ ఫీలింగ్ రాకుండా ఉండడానికి ఏంటంటే మాక్సిమం టీచర్ ప్లేస్ అ వెరీ వైటల్ రోల్. ఒక డిసేబుల్డ్ చైల్డ్ సక్సెస్ఫుల్ గా ఎడ్యుకేషన్ తీసుకోవాలి అంటే ఫస్ట్ అండ్ ఫార్మోస్ట్ పేరెంట్స్ ఎంకరేజ్ చేయాలి, కానీ టీచర్ ప్లేస్ అ వెరీ వైటల్ రోల్. అండ్ ఆల్సో స్టూడెంట్స్, పీర్ గ్రూప్ ప్లే అ వెరీ వైటల్ రోల్. అది దానివల్ల ఏమవుతుందంటే ద డిసబిలిటీ ఫ్యాక్టర్ అనేది అది పిల్లల్లో నేను ఐ హావ్ ద డిసబిలిటీ అనే ఫీలింగ్ వాళ్ళలో ఉండదు. సో దట్ పర్సెప్షన్ అనేది మనము పిల్లలు నార్మల్ చిల్డ్రన్ కి నేర్పించాలి. దట్ దేర్ ఆర్ పీపుల్ విత్ డిఫరెంట్ డిసబిలిటీస్, డిఫరెంట్ ఎబిలిటీస్. దే హ్యావ్ టు యాక్సెప్ట్ అండ్ దే హ్యావ్ టు అడాప్ట్ టు ద సొసైటీ. దిస్ ఈస్ ఇన్క్లూషన్. ఓకే, then again Friday I'll be taking advantages of inclusion. Okay, any doubts? If you have any doubts, get it clarified. చెప్పండి అమ్మా. ఒకటి మీరు ఇలా డౌట్స్ క్లారిఫై చేసుకుంటూ ఉంటే మీరు ఇంటికి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత నేను చెప్పిన తర్వాత మీరు ప్లీజ్ డోంట్ గో త్రూ ద టెక్స్ట్ బుక్. why am I saying that you are not supposed to go through the textbook?
Double confusion, ma'am.
Double confusion. Ramani, even the confusion, I am talking only about disability, this, that. No confusion, because
whatever you are saying, when we tally with the subject, with the textbook, no, we will get more confusion.
No, there will be nothing. What is there in the textbook? The same thing I am telling you. What I am saying is that after my class or after the completion of this unit, at a time you can go through it, but every day don't go through the textbook, because you get vexed with the word inclusion, this, that, because almost all right from 3 to 4 o'clock, I started the class at 3, now mostly I am winding up the class at 4:10. Okay, see, I might have used the word inclusion more than 50 times. So when you happen to refer the textbook inclusions, you get vexed. That is the reason I am telling you not to refer the textbook. The same thing what is there in the textbook, I have given you the gist. See, inclusive ante enti anedi 10 people have given different definitions. I have given few important definitions which are easy to remember. What does inclusion? See, they will not ask you to write 10 definitions of different people. They will ask you what is inclusive, what is inclusive education, what is inclusive society. So you don't even have to mention the name of the person who has given the definition. You have to keep a side heading inclusive education. You have to give the definition. That's all. If you go through the textbook, you will not get confused. Only thing is that you get vexed because the same word will be repeating in each and every page. That is the reason I said you don't get confused, because what is there in the textbook, same thing I am telling you. There is nothing different. Yeah, tell me. Still any doubts?
No, ma'am.
How about others? Why others are very silent today? Shivajyoti, any doubt?
No, madam. Clear, madam.
Okay. ఇదే పెద్దగా ఈరోజు చెప్పింది కూడా ఏం లేదు, జస్ట్
No doubt, madam. All clear.
Okay, fine. Then tomorrow whoever is having seminar, prepare. I said tomorrow, day after tomorrow and Thursday. Okay, tomorrow 4 topics. The next day 4 topics, and the third day you have IDSC, IEDC, okay, RCI, RTE. We have all those. Those are all very small topics, not more than 10 minutes. You need to actually brush up those policies and the frameworks, okay, programs. Okay, now Friday if you don't finish, the Thursday if you don't finish, then even Friday you are going to conclude that 2.4 and 2.5 will be finished. Is it clear? If time permits, just I'll give you the gist of all the policies and the frameworks. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
కానీ ఎవరు చెప్తున్నారో,
Okay, ma'am.
Nitish, you please record it, man. Okay?
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
ఎందుకంటే I want to just have whether అంటే clear picture of regarding this policies have come out or not. Let me check it. Okay? Then we'll have. Now your assessment, internal assessment, ఇవన్నీ assessment. Okay? Then assignments ఇంకా ఇవ్వలేదు, because we have plenty of assignments. You first complete the seminar, then I'll give you assignments. Okay? And Nitish, you inform Shruti that tomorrow she has to take class at 3 o'clock. Now, in case if there is a power cut and all, Then ask her to make facilities in such a way that she has to take class. Okay. Kotari Commission, she was the first to tell that she is going to take.
Yes,
Okay?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then shall I wind up the session?
Yeah, ma'am. I have an announcement, ma'am.
Yeah.
Today we have by 6 o'clock. We have a introductory talk on importance of meditation and Sudarshan Kriya. If anyone wants to join, can click on the Zoom link. I'll send it in the group. Ma'am, you also can, ma'am.
Meditation.
No,
Okay.
Sudarshan Kriya, ma'am. Sudarshan Kriya. Introductory talk by our Guruji, Srinivas ji, a senior most faculty from Art of Living.
Okay. 6 o'clock. 6 to?
6 to maybe 7 or 7:30.
अरे बाबा, ladies को 1 hour more than sufficient, man. 1-2 hours बोले तो who will do the cooking part?
Yes, ma'am.
We are playing dual roles. We are students, we are teachers, and we are mother and wife. So we have many roles. If we keep on doing all those kriyas, who will work? Who will do kriya at home?
Yeah,
who will do the work
for all that kriyas to get energy, no. So we can do all that kriya, all that homework.
But energy
easily.
won't do with all the kriyas, na, Nitish.
Actually,
we'll see, definitely. Okay. If anyone is interested, please do join. Let me tell you, definitely it is going to have positive impact. See, yoga, meditation, even I do support what Nitish is saying. And definitely it is, only thing is that we have shortage of time, we have too many commitments, so we don't give that much of importance to such things. But definitely, let me tell you, you could see a change after doing meditation.
Yes, ma'am.
You become down to earth persons.
Nitish point of view is we have to take care of ourselves also, ma'am. We have to take care of our health also.
That's what. See, now he is giving. Yeah. Bhagyashree, I'm going to see that you are going to join at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, everyone, ma'am. Even
Everyone. Definitely, man.
I can't,
Definitely. Whoever is interested, please do join. It is going to enhance your concentration. Okay, enhance your health. You will not have any health issues regarding that, because this is what generally the impact of yoga and the meditation. Okay, and there is nothing wrong in it. It's proved fact. So they don't say, it's a proved one. The people who generally
you have to join, ma'am.
Okay, Bhagyashree. Okay, Nitish, I'll see if possible. Definitely, I'll join. Okay.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay then.
Thank you,
Then.
ma'am.
Fine.
Thank you.
Okay then.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
See you on Friday.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.